All right, we're back at it. Just pretending like I know how to read. This is the instruction manual here for King of the Hammers. Nigel printed it all up, put it in a nice binder. It's got all the information that we need in here to follow the rules, essentially, for our class.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully there's no, sneaky things in there that we don't know about, and turns out we fail inspection when we get there.
Well, if we knew how to read, we'd know what it said. Anyway, we are putting plates or gussets in now. So as per the rules, every major intersection needs to have a gusset. So hopefully what we're doing here is acceptable. They said that they wanted a gusset at each major tube intersection, including the backstays. So from that backstay to the main hoop, we've just added a little one here. And then we've got our little ones connecting each of the lateral bars to the main hoops. So, yeah.
And like before, we have to weld these up before we can drop the body back down.
That's right, yeah,
So,
they're too high up. So
yeah.
we'll get them done and then we can drop the body back down. And while I've been doing this, Nigel has been on the task of making gussets for the frame.
So we need to fish plate or gusset these frame connections, these angles, make it a little bit stronger.
So pretty easy. Made a template. Gonna cut some 3/16 steel, do a little bend on them, and then we'll weld them in there in place when we need to. So pretty simple, but that's what I'm gonna be doing now. We work so hard around here, we don't even get a lunch break.
What are you doing right now?
Eating cold chicken on a stick.
It's pork.
I thought it was funny tasting chicken.
I'm glad I got that on camera.
Oh, really?
I'm recording. What an idiot, man.
All right, anyways, lunch is over. Still working on these brackets, or the fish plates for on the frame. So I made a little template out of cardboard, try to get everything to fit nicely. Took that, and we would have seen in the footage previous that I cut a whole bunch of these out, cut 8 of these out, and I drilled holes. It's a bit of work with the hole saw, and then bent it on some, Amazon vice brake that Lauren has in the shop. It works, but it's not going to work for very long because it's getting a little bit damaged. So we're definitely going to look into getting something a bit more heavy duty. And basically grind the weld a little bit flush. Don't want to take off too much. This goes on here. It fits real nice. So weld all the way around, weld in these holes, Gonna add a lot of stiffness, a lot of strength.
We're going to be at a car show actually coming up next weekend, which we're really excited for. We're going to be getting a bit of a booth going, so we'll have the Pajero there, we'll have the Barbie car, we've got our little mini bike, which we haven't actually shown on the channel yet, but we do plan on doing some work on that sometime in the future. So we're going to include that to just try and show people what we're all about, what we're up to, and yeah, see if we can get some people interested in what we're doing.
Yeah, so we're gonna kind of pivot on this thing a little bit by getting it ready for the car show, getting it rollable, you know, weld up a few things to make sure it's strong enough to go on and off a trailer.
Yeah.
Because it's at a golf course. Wouldn't it be good if everything falls apart while we're
No.
sitting at a golf course?
And there's a lot of really, really expensive cars
Yeah,
there.
really nice cars there. So yeah, we're gonna kind of focus this week on getting everything set up so we can get on a trailer, get it to this car show, and go enjoy a weekend of not working on the Pajero and meeting some people and seeing some cool cars.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
So,
it's always a good turnout.
Yeah, so we got lots of work to do, so let's get at it.
Hell yeah. All right, we got this thing pretty much ready to roll, so we can get this on a trailer. We've tacked a bunch of the mounts on for the suspension and made everything a lot sturdier. Got all the links all connected up, got all the wheels sitting on, and then we've just welded in some little strut bars essentially that are gonna hold the axle up and the frame up. So we just wanted to do all that stuff so as it would be ready for the car show. And now we've got 4 days, more or less, before this thing has to go on a trailer to take it to the car show. So what I think we're gonna try and do now is try and do a little bit more of the roll cage. We wanna try and make it a little bit more presentable. And you know, since we've got time, might as well keep ticking away with the things that need to be done. So we wanna try and get a crossbar here on the lower windshield, which might end up replacing this bar altogether, our dash bar, and then an A bar that'll come off the center here, come down in the shape of an A, and then probably an X brace in the B pillar hoop here as well. So yeah, we're just gonna keep on going, do what we can.
right, continuing on. You can see in the last little bit of footage, we got this thing up on a trailer. And I got this winch installed before that. We're gonna use this for the race.
Little 4,000 pounder.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work.
No, I got a feeling this truck should be at least in the mid 5,500 pound range.
Yeah. But no, we just threw that on there real quick just to make sure we could pull it up on that tilt deck trailer, have control over it. Because when we go to a driving range at the golf course for the car show, we really don't want this thing to all of a sudden take off.
There'll be a lot of nice cars around that
Yeah,
place.
so we just did that. We welded it fully on there, but that bar has to come off anyway, so no big deal. I got all that done. There's no footage of me welding on it because if it were to break, I didn't want any proof that I did it.
Yeah, just admitted to it.
Lauren's been working on the cage some more. Got the seat lifted up. Again, it's all just temporary, just to get some measurements, just to get how everything sits. Looks good for the show as well that we're going to on the weekend. He's got the harness bar in there.
Yeah, this is quite critical, the height that you set on the harness bar. So the harnesses are meant to come through the shoulder straps, through like the shoulder holes here, and they've got to be between 0 and 20 degrees down. And that's a very critical measurement. It's got to pass tech inspection. So yeah, with the seat height now set, we can now set this bar, and then once we've got the bar set, we can then do the X brace. So it'll come from each corner down to the center, and then from the center back out to each corner. And yeah, got the A bars in. I don't know if we talked about that. We did that last night.
Yeah, they look cool.
Yeah, super stoked with those.
Yeah, and if we have time, we're gonna try to get the side intrusion bars in, but we'll see how much time we have by the end of tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then it's off to the car show for the weekend, so. All right, here we go. Pajero's up on the trailer. Managed to do it a second time without any problems.
It's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere.
Probably a little overkill.
Oh yeah, she's tight. Not gonna move anywhere. You can see Lauren yesterday put a few more bars in, side intrusion bars for the driver, passenger, and the rear passengers. But that stuff's all gotta come out again, so we'll cut it out. We'll give you a bit more detail on that when we go to actually weld it in.
Yeah.
Yep,
Got the Barbie
Pajero's-
car on.
Yep, Barbie car's on the front, all shined up. Kids will love it. They can sit in it. We'd love to do burnouts in it, but I don't think the show
No.
likes that. It's
No,
strict.
it's a classic car show, you know, so
Yeah.
we're going to stick out like a sore thumb anyway.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think we'll have enough problems as it is.
Yeah. So we won't need to do that, but
No.
it'd be cool if we did.
It would be fun.
And then something you guys have never seen on the channel, this thing. 1971 Benelli mini bike with a 250cc two-stroke from an RM 250 motocross bike in it.
Yeah, I built this thing quite a few years ago now, and yeah, honestly, it's so scary fast. I've ridden it probably twice in the 5 years that I've had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually it'll be road legal, and we've thought of a few other things we can do to it. Maybe try to set a land speed record with the fastest mini bike.
Yeah,
We'll see. We haven't actually looked into that, so we might be way out to lunch, but I wouldn't mind doing something like that. That'd be cool.
yeah, it'd be fun actually.
Yeah.
Put all leathers on and
Yeah.
go for it.
So there you go. Next episode, we'll be at the 35th annual Columbia Valley Classic Car Show. So we'll see you guys there.